Welcome back to the Thrift Store Rundown's Odyssey to the Oscars, where we bring the Academy Awards home on a budget. Right now, the Doctor is in, and today he's got some soulful, playful, delightfully exotic healing for your ears. For Before You lies Maurice Jarre's Academy Award-winning soundtrack to 1965's Dr. Zhivago, further continuing his collaborations with director David Lean, coming off of their big-time hit Lawrence of Arabia. This stars Omar Sharif, Julie Christie, and Alec Guinness. This score, by the way, was just one of 5 elements that helped Dr. Zhivago win 5 of its 10 Oscar nominations. The other 4: Best Adapted Screenplay, Costume Design, Cinematography, and Art Direction. Maurice Jarre's score was released and remastered by CBS Records on CD in 1990, and I picked it up for 50% off the price of $3.99. This 15-track album runs 40 minutes long and begins with an overture, and also has intermission music and interactive music, which I don't really know how to pronounce, so I will just roughly translate in my Frank Sesco speak to return to film music. Because, keep in mind, this film is 3 hours long. This features the authentic recordings of the MGM Studio Orchestra conducted by Maurice Jarre, remastered by Ken Robertson for the CBS Special Products release, produced by Dan Rivard and Bruce Eder. Bruce Eder contributes the liner notes inside this pamphlet here. 40 minutes of music is not all the music that Maurice Jarre wrote for this 3-hour film, so that amount of music for a film that runs that long and was initially lambasted upon its release, but over time critics grown fond of it, and I assume Maurice Jarre's score has something to do with critics' change of heart for this. Well, considering 40 minutes of music for a 3-hour running time for a film like this, it's pretty remarkable how quick of a listening experience this actually is. But no matter how short you might think it sounds, keep in mind that the length doesn't matter so long as it's delightful to listen to, and it really is. This highlights one of Russ's most signature and delightful instruments, the bacalea, or how do you pronounce it? The bacalaya, that's how you pronounce it. It's a stringed triangle instrument that is prominently featured in Maurice Jarre's music, and it gives it its folksy, playful element, and also is one of the leading elements in the main title, Laura's theme, and the leitmotif featured throughout this sweeping, romantic, oftentimes playful score. This is the second classic soundtrack, quote-unquote, that I purchased for TSR. Last year, if you recall, I reviewed Elmer Bernstein's To Kill a Mockingbird, my first classic soundtrack that I bought for this library. This, however, was a re-recording. This is the real deal, and save for one brief piece of dialogue towards the end of the soundtrack to keep the authenticity of the recordings intact and to ensure that the album would sound as clear as it did on my station, I hope you got some room for this in light of certain world events. This is 4.5 out of 5 claps worthy, and I know it's kind of distasteful reviewing this now, given those certain world events, i.e. Russia and Ukraine duking it out. But you know what? If reviewing this is wrong, because this has ties to the Russian Revolution of 1917 and the Russian Civil War, then you pop in this CD and tell me why does it otherwise sound so right. Thanks for watching and listening, and remember, there is no place like the Thrift Store Rundown that brings the Academy Awards home on a budget.